When it comes to great legato runs, we all look to none other than Joe Satriani. After today's video, you'll go from sounding like this
1, 2, 3, 4
to sounding like this by mastering these 3 steps. Before we get into the lesson, make sure that you have a firm grasp of the 3-note string major scale shapes in all 7 positions. If you need a quick refresher, I linked the ultimate guide to the major scale down in the description below. To get there, you first need to master step 1. For step 1, we're going to be beginning in C major using the 3-note string C major scale shape that looks like this. Which is 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 10, 12, 13, 10, 12, 13. Now, from studying Joe Satriani, I've noticed that he really likes prioritizing the index finger and moving positions on the index finger, and it has a very unique sound. It kind of makes his legato stand out compared to many other people's legato. So for step 1, we're actually going to start on the high E with our first finger on the 10th fret. I'm not really sure if we do a downstroke or an upstroke, whatever he does, but it doesn't matter. It's just kind of whatever you feel. So you can just pick that with a downstroke or an upstroke. And then we're going to hammer on up to 12, 13, and then pull off back down. And that's going to be our little step 1 pattern. We can do that a couple times like this. Then we'll go to the B string and do the same exact thing. G string, D string, A string, and then the low E. And of course we can mess around with doing it different amount of times on each string, so you could do it 1 time, 2 times, 3, 4, whatever. It is surprisingly challenging to change strings kind of in this descending format, going from E string to B string to G string, and always starting on the first finger. Take it slow and practice just going. Whenever you can, it's good to kind of rotate the finger. So on the high E and the B string, they share the index finger placement on the 10th fret. So you can kind of roll your finger, and that kind of makes it easier. But then coming up on the G string, we have to change fret, so it's kind of more difficult. That's position 1 of the 3-note string major scale shapes. Take that through all 7 positions, and you kind of get something like this if just by practicing those. That was position 2. Position 3 looks like this. Position 4. We can go down here and play position 6. I would master it in position 1 right here on like 8, 10, 12 and all the way up to 10, 12, 13. Master it there and then start building out to the other 7 positions using step 1's pattern. If you would like tab for today's lesson and an exclusive step 4, go check out my Patreon. The link is in the description below. All right, that is step 2. With step 2, we're introducing the same pattern, but we're going to be sliding positions on 1 string. For instance, on the high E, we start off with step 1, and we practice shifting up a position to position 2. Or we could shift back to position 7. I got the 10, 12, 13 on the high E. Quickly jump the first finger up to the 12th fret, and we're gonna go 12, hammer 13, hammer 15, pull off 13, pull off 12, and then jump back to position 1, which is 10 with a pick, hammer 12, hammer 13, pull off back down. So we get Same exact thing on the B string. And then the G and D string will look like this. So we're starting off 9, 10, 12 on the G string. And then picking 10 with our first finger and then hammering 12, 14, pulling off back down. Same thing on the D string. The A string is going to be 8, 10, 12 chords. Then we're going to jump up to 10, 12, 14. And then the low E is going to be 8, 10, 12. And then 10, 12, 13. And that's just following the C major scale 3-note per string positions, connecting position 1, sliding up to position 2. So you can move this all over the fretboard with different positions. All right, step 3, I took from the Joe Satriani song, Surfing with the Aliens. He does this little legato run, and it's actually kind of interesting. Of course, it's Joe Satriani, and it has to be in a mode. It ends up being in D Phrygian. I'm not going to get into modal theory and all that for today, but I'm just going to go over the frets and what notes are going on here and the kind of techniques we're using. So we're starting off on the high E 10th fret with a half step in. Doing that. So we're picking 10th fret, half step in, releasing, pull off to first finger with the 8th fret. And then we do this pattern on the high E, which is 11 with the pinky, pull off to 8, hammer on 10, hammer 11, pull off 8, pull off 10, pull off 8. We can combine them. Then we'll go to the B string and we'll pick 11, pull off 10, pull off 8. Then we'll go to G string. We're picking 10th fret, pulling off to 8, pulling off to 7. That's kind of the first part of step 3. The second part of step 3 sounds like this. So we're on the G string still, we're going to the 5th fret with our first finger, and we're going. And basically we're playing step 1 here, which is pick on the 5, hammer 7, hammer 8, pull off back down, and then do that twice. So do it one more time. And then we go to the D string, just 5, 7, 8 again, but we do step 2. We go. That ends up being 5, 7, 8, pull off back down. Then we're jumping our first finger 7, and we're picking that. Hammer 8, 10, pull off 8, pull off 7, jump back to 5 with a pick, and do the same thing where we go 5, 7, 8, 7, 5. So we got. So step 3 so far slowly. And then to end off step 3, we're just going to go A string with our first finger, going pick, hammer 6, hammer 8, pull off back to 6, pull off to 5, then slide to 3, pick, slide to 3, so pick, and then as I slide there, and then back up to 5. So step 3 all together slowly. I hope you guys got a lot out of today's lesson. It was really fun studying Joe Satriani's legato. It sounds awesome. It's so fun to use and it's very unique. I hope you guys enjoyed this and got a lot out of it. and I'll see you guys back next time. If you would like to support me and this channel, go check out my Patreon. The link is in the description below. Over there, you'll find tons of great guitar lessons, all with tab, covering scales, licks, techniques, and much more. You also get early access to videos, and you can sign up for one-on-one lessons with me. Thank you guys so much for the support.